Good morning, boys and girls. Okay, this morning we're going to do a lesson on math. Okay, we're going to be using money to figure out, we're going to figure out a problem, and we're going to be working in groups, probably in groups of 4, and to try to solve this problem. If you'll look up here on the smartboard. Okay, good morning, boys and girls. Okay, today we're going to be talking about. Okay, I'm going to give you a problem, and I'm going to have my helper of the day pass out the sheets and stuff, but I want you to try to figure out this problem. Okay, I'm going to read this to you. It says, Maxine had saved $9. So if she had saved $9, does that mean she has $9 or we're going to take away $9? Yeah, she keeps it. If it's saved, it's money like she would have in her piggy bank or something like that. Okay? So the next day she earns an allowance. Okay, what's an allowance? Do you know what an allowance is? What's an allowance? And usually you help your parents, right? And then they'll pay you, say, okay, if you clean your room, I'll give you $5, right? That's an allowance. Okay, so it says Maxine had saved $9 and the next day she got her allowance. Okay, so now she has $12. So, and does an allowance add to our money or does it take away from our money? It adds to our money. Okay, so how much money does she have now? Vowel sounds. We're going to be talking about the ah and sounds mostly, okay? What I need you to do is I'm going to give you a whiteboard with a marker, and I'm going to give you some clues as to what to write down. And then you're going to write down the word that you think fits what I have told you to do. Okay? I'm going to give you some instructions, and I want you to listen. Okay, I'll give you an example first. Okay? We're going to begin. You can't see. We're going to begin with the word cat. Okay? So what I want you to do right now is I want you to write the word cat on your whiteboard with marker. Okay, now we're going to change the vowel. Do you understand what a vowel is? That's the question, okay? And you can see it up here on the smartboard, and I'm also going to have my helper pass out the sheets so that you guys will your groups will each have a sheet to go by. You can use scratch paper, you can use whatever you need to figure it out. To figure out this problem. I'm also going to give you some fake money. Okay, oops. Okay, I'm going to give you just an amount of money, so don't think that just because I gave you this amount, that's going to be the answer. Okay, because I have some 20s in here, and I have some 10s and 5s. Okay, can you tell me what this represents? A 1, and how do you know that? Very good. George Washington's on the front, and there's 1s in the corners. So that's how you know that this is a $1 bill. Okay. Do you know what number this is? What bill this represents? $5 bill because Abraham Lincoln Very good. I'm glad you're knowing the presidents. Okay, and the fives are also in the corner. So if you were unsure as to who that president was, you could also look at the fives. Okay, do you know what bill this is? A $10 bill, and how do you know that? There's tens in the corners, and again, I mean, like, he doesn't know who the president is, so if you don't remember who the president is, you can always look up in the corners of these bills and figure out that that's a $10 bill. Okay? So, my helper is going to be handing out money, fake money, to each group. Okay? And then also she's going to be handing out the sheet that has the problem on it that you will be solving and will be looking at as a group to be solving this this particular math problem. Okay, we're going to read this together as soon as everybody gets their sheets and their fake money. We're going to read this together just one more time to make sure everybody understands what this problem says. So I'm going to give you a few minutes and let them pass out. Or maybe not. Okay, so I've given you a few minutes to, and maybe you've discussed it as a group. I don't know. Maybe you've discussed this problem as a group. If you have, that's great. But we're going to read through it again. It says Maxine had saved $9. Okay, and then the next day she received her allowance. Now she has $12. How much money does she have now? Okay, I'm going to give you guys some a few minutes to work on that problem and try to figure it out. You can use your money. You can use math as far as adding, subtracting, any of that kind of thing on your scrap paper. However you guys choose to figure it out, and then each group will come up and kind of tell maybe how they figured that problem out. Okay, it's also up on the smart board if you can't see the paper. Okay. Yeah, you can figure it out. Okay guys, now remember that I didn't give you the right amount of money, so you might have to do some figuring and see what amount of money I gave you. Okay, because I might have gave you some 20s in there and that might throw you off a little bit. I see some of you trying to figure out the 20s and okay, this group is saying $27. Does anybody else have it finished or figured out? Okay, can you tell me how you figured out $27? How did you figure out $27? You added it up with money? Okay, what did you add up to get $27? What numbers did you add up? Well, yeah, out of the money, but on the sheet, what numbers did you use to figure out